unfortunately, but I'm back. So just in time for this final game of the season against the Tennessee Titans, baby. Winning in, let's go. All right. So before we get into this week's preview, obviously make sure you need to like and subscribe. You can find me on X or Twitter. It's still Twitter to me. I'm not gonna start calling it X. At the app below, it's gonna be scrolling across the bottom of this entire video. So okay, don't worry if you don't miss it. Just chat and make sure to subscribe to the Blindside Sports Network. But so to start off with, of course, this is the last week of the season. We obviously have not had the season we have thought, but we're still leading the AFC South. All we gotta do is win this game later today, against Tennessee Titans, and we're still the 4 seeds. We're still in. We'll end up playing the Browns. I'm pretty sure that's locked in, so we'll get a rematch with that game. Hopefully, if this rematch happens, we play a lot better than we did in this last matchup, but we'll see how this goes. Especially with Kirk. Christian Kirk should be back. If he's not back today, he will be back in the wild card round. Trevor, they're still iffy on. We should know, as of this recording, you should know in about 2 hours if he's going to be back or not. Which last week against Carolina Panthers, CJ Bradford did all right. He didn't light the Lord on fire like some of these other backup quarterbacks have been, but he was doing pretty much what we asked him. There was a couple plays that I preferred him over Trevor, actually, to be honest, because he kind of took with the short stuff and didn't try to throw it every play deep, which was really great to me because that we all know that's kind of Trevor's weakness. He tries to look for the big shot a little bit too often, and the offense decided to run the ball, and the ETN went over 100. He had 16 carries, given his numbers are inflated because he had a 60-yard touchdown run, but that's what happens when you run the ball. No matter who starts at quarterback this week, I really hope we keep running it. ETN has a chance to still get 1,000 yards. He's like 49, I think, away. So as long as he gets a decent amount of carries, I believe that he should get that. As long as he doesn't have another one of those 8 carry total in 2 games type situations. So hopefully that gets cleared up. Evan Ingram last week hit 100 catches. He did, which is the 8th tight end in NFL history to do that. So that was great to see. So hopefully this week we can have a continuation of that. Calvin Ridley's about 90 yards away from 1,000-yard season, which is as much as I have been hating on him, justifiably with a lot of his drops. That's still an accomplishment. I don't think he'll get it. I don't think he'll have like a 100-yard game, but I mean, getting close like that without him playing, not bad. So that's good to see. A lot of the Titans, they are bearing up in the secondary, so obviously he has a chance, but he's still not. But so we'll see, I guess would be the better word. I was gonna say he's still not playing at as high level as I think he can be, but again, with 2 years, basically 2 years of not playing, I mellowed a little bit on that. So that's good to see. Will Levis for the Tennessee Titans is not playing, so it's gonna be Ryan Tannehill again. Me personally, I don't get why you don't play Malik Willis in this game. I mean, you guys can't go to the playoffs. You guys can't help or hurt your draft position. I mean, you can, but I mean, if you're not going to play, if Will Levis can't go, You want to at least see what the next guy has or what your other younger guy has. I feel like he wasn't that bad last year. He wasn't great, but I mean, I feel like this Titans offense as a whole isn't great. We'll see. They still have DeAndre Hopkins. They still have Derrick Henry. This game's going to be interesting because not only can they knock us out of the playoffs like that we did to them last year in the game, this is also for a lot of them. It's probably their last game as Titan. There's rumors going around like Derrick Henry doesn't know what he's going to do. Ryan Tannehill's definitely gone. Not only due to his contract and with Will Levis there, and they want to see Will Levis, even though I'm not a fan of Will Levis. Actually, so I am a fan because I don't think he's as good as everyone thinks he is. So he's got to be gone. DeAndre Hopkins is probably going to get traded. DeAndre Hopkins, even from a non-biased perspective, which I try to be, that was terrible. What DeAndre Hopkins was just chasing money. There was no reason for you, if you're trying to win, to go to the Titans. Because even if they won the AFC South, so if they had the year they thought they were going to do, you're not getting out. They're not beating Kansas City. I don't think they could compete with Kansas City. They can't sit if this is like a normal year and everyone was healthy. So like if Burrow was healthy and Aaron Rodgers, they weren't going to beat the Jets. They weren't going to beat the Ravens. They weren't going to beat the Bengals. Maybe the Bills. I just feel like he was chasing money. So he's probably going to be gone due to his contract and trying. The Titans look like they're going to be rebuilding next year. Coach Vabel may be gone. There's reports coming out today and have been for the last week that he's going to meet with management after the year. So his future is probably up in there. They may not. They probably won't fire him, but more like he'll either agree to step down or get traded or something. So there's a bunch of. I mean, that's the guys that's been the face of the Titans with Tannehill and Henry for years. So that's going to be changing up some things. And of course, it's just rivalry week, so they're already going to be up to play. I know a lot of people are like, oh, we could beat Titans. Especially with the way we have been playing lately. On both sides of the ball, it's this game probably won't be a cakewalk we think it is. The defense is still probably our strongest. Josh Allen, set the single sack record last week. Hopefully he adds to it this week. He has a chance to still get to lead the league in sacks, but he's gonna have to have I think 4 sacks this week. Since TJ Watt's having his 2, or it's like 2.5. Even with Josh Allen having that stat, which I think is starting to go everywhere, that he's the only player other than Lawrence Taylor to have multiple 2.5 sack games 4 times in the season, if I'm right. So again, a lot of people are like, oh, should be in the defensive player of the year station. And to be honest, he probably should have. If we had continued to win and if the team hadn't stumbled, I feel like he probably would be getting some votes. But unfortunately, we kind of did. I don't know if we got complacent, but as a whole, I feel like our team kind of got picked on. But still, I mean, his Pro Bowl has been locked in. He's already going. Same thing with Ross Magic, our long snapper. So that's great to see. And then, of course, we have all the alternates like Trevor and Foye and Evan Ingram. But hopefully hopefully none of them go to the Pro Bowl because we end up pulling ourselves up and going to Super Bowl. I will always have faith we can do it. In the heart, I always feel that. My brain's telling me probably not, but in the heart, I'm still going to say, hey, we can still do it. We get in this playoffs. Who knows what can happen? I think fully healthy. we probably could have competed with everybody, but Trevor's banged up. And then losing Kirk for as long as we did, at minimum. Say Jones being in and out. We just got hit too hard. But that's just the NFL. It's next man up. We got to show who we got to win this game, especially with the Texans winning last night. I'm not Texans fans are bugging me. So it was the Colts that wouldn't be as bad about losing the division, but with the Texans, I can't deal with them. And then after they were celebrating when Trevor got hurt the first time, against Cincinnati, we gotta deck them out. We gotta keep this hold on this division. Next year, this division is going to be a dogfight with Anthony Richardson coming back, CJ in year 2. Hopefully, Press Taylor not here. Or if he is here, we figured out whatever our issue is and are not afraid to run the ball when need to. But we gotta go. We gotta win this game. This Titans, like I already said, they're gonna get up. I mean, Mike Vrabel's teams always kind of get up and show he has them ready to play. They're not just gonna bow down. They're playing for pride too. The last of this Titans era. This is gonna be a dogfight. But we should pull this off. Our offense, especially with Jeffrey Simmons and Tart, their other defensive tackle not playing. I feel like that should help us a lot because Jeffrey Simmons has been a problem for us. But again, but Arden Key's trying to get his career high in sacks against us. Arden Key's still mad at us because we didn't offer him a massive contract, which in hindsight, we shouldn't have given him a contract, but we need another pass guy. We should have got Chase Young. I will die in that. I don't know what Balky was thinking. Yeah, it might be a 1-year rental, but I feel like he would have helped our D-line immensely because you could put Walker in a 3-point stance and then have Josh Allen and Chase Young on the outside. Imagine the sack numbers we could have. But we'll see. So I feel like, but yeah, okay. So going back to the breakdown with it, I feel like our offensive line is not great. Internally, it's bad. It's looking like right now our best pass blocker is Antonio Harrison. Or Cam comes and goes. But so those two are probably our best. And then inside, if we start Ezra Cleveland, we're good, which they have not been playing a lot. So him or Walter Little. So I'm wondering, they said they were just banged up, and so they're trying to save them. So I feel like this is the game you got to play them. You can't worry about playoffs. You got to worry about. So if we start Ezra Cleveland, I feel like it'll be okay, a little better. But Cher's probably gone after this year. Fortner needs to go. He's just too small. And so he's a finesse guy, and it's not working. His technique's only holding up so long. But so that's probably our weak link on there. Everything else, I feel like we match up pretty well with them. Defensively, we should be fine. Their offensive line is worse than ours is. So Walker and Josh Allen need to be causing havoc. I really wish we had a D tackle that was a great pass rusher, more than a space eater, which seems like most of our guys kind of are. Devon Hamilton was supposed to be that guy, but he's never really fully recovered from his injury in the preseason, so that's kind of hurting. Foley comes and goes. He's a great run stopper. We're a great run stopping team. It's our pass ball protection or pass rush where it gets kind of iffy. Linebackers, Foye is still in the top 5. I think he's 3 right now. In the league in total tackles. That's great. He's probably not going to lead the league in tackles this year. I just think this year's a little different because he's at Devin Lloyd. Devin Lloyd's is playing really good. Not Pro Bowl level, but he's definitely progressed a lot. I think his Pro Bowl level will come when he starts getting more turnovers. Same thing with Wife. I don't feel like Foye got to the Pro Bowl. As he does not have Foye is not. He's a tackling. He's a machine, but he's not great when it comes to turnovers. He's not like gonna hit you hard and cause a fumble as much as like some of these other guys. And so to get past the big names like the Bobby Wags, Zaire Franklin's, Fred Warner's, you have to have the stat number because a lot of Pro Bowl votes is name recognition. So like Josh Allen got in because his stats are ridiculous. But so that's why Foye I feel like didn't get in. He had the pick 6, but that's like pretty much the only turnover I can remember right off. He did have those games where he was getting a bunch of sacks, so that probably built him some momentum, but then he kind of peppered off doing that. So eventually his kind of momentum kind of fell back down. But they should be fine. There at corner, Tyson still doesn't look fully healthy, but he's back. Darius Williams was doing his thing. Antonio Johnson, who I was preaching about earlier, in this season, and I was telling you he's good, but then he got hurt, so we never really saw how good he was. Has been showing up. Because of him and Rashad Jenkins are kind of being able to mismatch a little better. Because of that, now whoever, like one's at safety and the other one's at corner or at in the slot. So that's awesome to see. Cisco being back there, is always a solid turnover guy. Dewey's is like the leader of that group. So he's doing all right. He's doing good with it. After watching he's mic'd up, it was you could definitely tell he's one of those guys that he'll always be, even though he's more of a special teams guy, he's still more of like a rah-rah, get everyone ready and lined up. So that's great to see. But so this should be as long as we don't get caught in the bring the house blitzes and they're passing behind us issue, I feel like we should be fine. The only players that could really hurt us on the Titans are Derrick Henry, obviously, and then DeAndre Hopkins, obviously. Now I'm not saying the other ones can't do damage, but those are the ones we need to focus on, obviously, the most. Tyson didn't play in the first matchup. So hopefully either him or Darius Williams follows DeAndre and miss some help over the top, and then make them kind of nickel and dime all the way down the field. Would be great to see. Get this and then continue on that. Doug Pearson has not lost to the Titans since he's been the head coach in Jacksonville. I want that. I hope that. I feel like that streak should continue this week, and then we're on to the Browns. But we need to not look ahead. We need to get this win done, lock this up, lock up our division, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, like I said, this is for the South. This is us. It's for the crown, as you see the title. We conquered the South last year, remember? Let's do it again. I want to like this. All right, but I'm gonna try to get y'all back on a little post-game reactions after the game. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this little prediction. I think Josh Allen. Scratch that. I'm gonna change it up a little bit. My prediction this week. Trayvon Walker gets his double-digit sacks. So he's at 9. He just needs 1 sack. Which is a mass improvement from what it was last year. We forced at least 1 turnover. Our turnover defense isn't as great as it was. We should be able to do it. Tannehill kind of got beat up a little bit against the Texans, so we should be able to do that. I say we get 3 sacks, 1 of them by Trayvon. We win 35-17. So similar to the score of the first game. I feel like the Titans are going to try, but I feel like eventually if we just end up wearing them down, what we got to do is we got to get up front fast so that way they can't run Derrick Henry. So I'll go with that. So we still win our division. The Texans will be on our butt, but that's it for this episode. Make sure to tune in next time. And just remember,